Hey guys, how's it going? It's your buddy Rootsley here. I'm gonna dive into a legacy challenge today. So, we're gonna play Mono Black Depths Reanimator. Now, for most of you that watch my channel, this is a deck that I've been rotating on and off with the green black Chain of Smog combo deck. There are a lot of matchups that I really like this list. I think mostly, red decks have a very hard time trying to deal with this kind of strategy, and I'm seeing so many red decks right now online. It's actually insane. It's also really good against the green black rock decks, etc., etc. So yeah, I wanted to go over the deck list real quick before we hop into the challenge. So main deck, we're just a straight mono black reanimator list. Also, we got Galta back in the mix. An old friend has returned to us. So we have 4 Entomb, 4 Reanimate, 4 Exhume, 4 Animate Dead. This is all just standard Reanimate stuff. 9 Swamps. So you have an extremely stable mana base with the 4 Urborgs, and you have 4 Troll of Khazad Doom to also search out lands, which is really nice. And then the creatures, we have 3 Gristlebrand, 2 Archon of Cruelty, 1 Atraxa, and 1 Galta. So, just really stable. Galta can also just vomit out a bunch of creatures on one turn if you ever need to get over the hump versus removal. And in the sideboard, this is where it gets spicy. So we're boarding into Depths combo. 4 Dark Depths, 4 Thespian Stage, 4 Hexmage, and 3 Spoils of the Vault. Spoils is essentially your pseudo-tutor so that you can instant speed find your Dark Depths so that you can combo with all these cards, basically. Sometimes, obviously, you'll also tutor for the Hexmage, though it's a lot more rare to make that play. And yeah, guys, so this is the list. I hope you really like it, and let's see how we do in the challenge today. All right, guys, round 1. Sand needs a black card, but I think I'm going to keep it. Forest Halfling, sure. Ballista, Hogak, Petal. Well, hmm. So we can get an Archon here. I think I'm going to take either Ballista or Petal. I'm just going to take Petal. What do we grab here? Just Archon. Yeah, let's just go for an Archon. I think I like Archon here. I'm trying to think of what kind of deck they're playing. Some scam deck, maybe? The Hogak is weird. Alright, so Archon's in. Another Entomb, not the worst. And we'll just pass. Alright, GG. We have officially won game one. I am going to bring in the pivot. I just want to pivot. Let's do something like this. Seems fine. Do I want the fourth spoil? That's the question here. Maybe? All right. Game two. Hand seems acceptable. I'll keep it. So they're going to draw a card with Bauble. Another Grief. think I'm just gonna pass here, guys. End of turn will spoils for Dark Depths. Grist, pretty good one. Fiend Artisan. Sure. Alright, so end step, we will spoils. Grab a Dark Depths. Okay. So here's a Grief. Um, let's see. I guess I just take Endurance here. They can fetch a Dryad Arbor, but then can only tutor something of 1. I'm gonna take the Endurance. We'll Hex Mage, then play a Dark Depths. Question now is, do we want to do this during our upkeep, or their upkeep, I should say? I think so. In case they do have Wasteland, it's probably just smarter, right? All right. Did we get there with Merit Lage? How'd we do, opponent? Stitcher. Sure. Hogak isn't going to do it. So they can search for something that costs 1. It's a cool take on the deck. GG's. All right, guys, just like that, we are 1-0 in the Legacy Challenge. We will see you for round 2. All right. Round 2. I mean, opponent's on mono red, but does it get much better? Probably not. I'll keep this. Unfortunate that I did not win the die roll. Probably not beating that. Oh, boy. Yeah, I mean, this round, game 1, is just a pure die roll matchup. Okay, well, I'll play it out, I guess. I mean, they clearly know what I'm on, so... I'm probably just dead here, I think. This is the problem with this matchup now. If you're on the draws, these decks run 4 Hearsts. Alright. So if I draw exactly in Tomb, I'm okay. I'm still drawing live, somehow. But if I do not draw in Tomb, then yeah, we have problems. Okay? I will not play out these Urborgs. I don't want to alert them. Alright, come on, deck. Give me an Entomb. I deserve it. Thoughtseize. Okay, we can Thoughtseize. Fury's good. Well, we got him to burn it. What's left in their hand? Blood Moon, Hearse. So I think we just get Gristleburn here. I mean, they have to attack into it. Hmm. Could also just get a Traxa. So we're just gonna go for Gristleburn here. We know their whole hand. Pass the turn. I think I just draw some cards here. I'm almost at hard casting Archon. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I just need one extra mana. Alright, they're done. They're like, we are out of here. That was really good. We somehow managed to beat a turn 1 on licensors. That rarely, if ever, happens. And I think I just want to go full combo here. Just do something like this. Seems fine. This hand seems pretty good. I'll keep. Turn 1 Rabble Master. Sure. We can actually beat this. I think I'm just going to unmask here. Take Fable. That's weird. It won't let me. There we go. So this spoils probably is not going to be very good. That's really bad. This Hex Mage will still kind of hold down the fort. I'm going to cycle. Ooh, we drew the Dark Depths. So I guess I just play Hex Mage and pass. And then next turn we can just make Merit Lage. This is just so I don't take like infinite damage. If they drew a Bombardier, if they draw Bombardiers, I'm probably dead anyway, regardless if I play this or not. So we just have to hope they brick for this one turn. Alright, so we're going to block one. First strike. Is it Spirit Guide time? It is. Okay. So I'm just going to play Depths. And I just pass, right? Okay, we'll block. Alright, end step, we will make a Merit Lage. Are you dead, opponent? I hope so. Alright, GG's. Just like that, guys, we are 2-0 in the Legacy Challenge. You love to see it. We will see you for round 3 of the Legacy Challenge. Alright, here for round 3 against HJ Kaiser. I looked it up. They primarily look like they play blue decks involving Grief and or Delver of Secrets. Look like they play a lot of Scam. Um, Sand's missing an animation spell, but it's not horrible. I'm gonna try it. Just gonna Thoughtseize here. Force Entomb, Reanimate, huh? It's pretty good. I think I'm just gonna take Reanimate here. And just pass. They are gonna cycle the troll. Okay. Very surprising how they played that. They could have just Force of Willed the Thoughtseize and then had Entomb Reanimate, unless they just drew Reanimate for turn. That would be mildly tilting. And they did. Okay. Is what it is, I guess. So I'm probably just dead here. Trying to think if there's any way I can get out of this. I mean, maybe I'm just supposed to mulligan my hand, I guess. They kind of had a nutted hand anyway, of just like Entomb, Reanimate, Force, Daze. Do I want to concede to this? Let them take Entomb. And then what am I doing? Yeah, it's fine. We can go to game 2. It's probably this deck's worst matchup, to be totally honest. Alright, so we're going to bring in the depths package. Exhume is atrocious. Could probably just roll with something like this, seems fine. I mean, I could have taken the Entomb. I almost took the Entomb, but I think with them having Troll and... They had Troll and Entomb in hand, so taking the payoff made more sense, I think, than taking one of the 2 enablers that they had. Because no matter what, they were going to be able to Troll and then Reanimate if I took Entomb, so that was just a really good top deck by them. Alright, yeah, I'll keep this. This hand can't turn one because it has a stage, but I mean, it has a lot of the tools that we need to win. So, so they kept on 7? Okay. Just gonna go Thespian Sage pass here. Yep. Yep. It's really frustrating, man. I think the only way that this hand gets disrupted is if they have a turn 1 Grief Reanimate. Well, I drew Reanimate. That's pretty good. Sorry about that. My microphone was muted. Yeah, so I mean, both games they had Force Reanimate. This game they had Force Reanimate Grief. So, it is what it is. I mean, there's not really much I could do to play around it. I guess you could argue, I mean, I could have mulled my hand, but there's like no way you're mulling a turn 2 double entomb, double reanimate hand. Like, I'm just never mulliganing that hand, but maybe I'm just supposed to because it doesn't have a turn 1 play. And it allows him to just grief me, right? So, in that argument, like, maybe. Oh, boy. Alright. Most likely just dead. Sure, you got a troll. This matchup is so bad. Okay. Hex Mage. Does that help me? Probably not. But I will play it anyway. Unmask, huh? Well, if they have Brazen Borrower, I'm just dead. I shouldn't have actually played out that pedal. I think I'm just dead. Force, Ponder, and Tomb. So I take Ponder, and then just hope to draw Dark Depths, I guess. Alright, deck. Has to be Dark Depths. And Tomb. That is not going to do it. Alright. I'm dead. GG's. GG's to my opponent. Yeah, just really hard match. I want to say on my last, like, I'll be generous and say 15 to 20 matches of Magic, I've had a very, very high win percentage. And my win percentage against the new blue-black Reanimator deck is probably in the 20 or 30% range, whereas everything else is, double or even triple that, which is, like, crazy. But, yeah, that matchup is horribly bad for me. Let's hope to avoid it for the rest of the event. We'll see you for round 4. What's going on, guys? We're here for round 4 of the Legacy Challenge. So my microphone was actually muted for this match, so I'm going to give you guys a play-by-play over the match, and we'll see how it goes. So I did look this opponent up before we played, and I did know they were playing Sneak and Show. Typically, I would advise to almost always mulligan these types of hands, game 1. The Grief Scam hands are kind of traps, but against a deck that plays with 4 Atraxas, this hand actually probably a keep on the play. Like, I would probably keep this hand against Sneak and Show specifically if I'm on the play. And I believe that's what I do here. Realistically, the only cards to pitch here are probably either Animate Dead or Dark Ritual. I personally like pitching the Animate Dead. Just seems a little better to me. Alright, so we lead on Grief. And let's see what opponent's working with here. So Force, Emrakul, Brazen Borrower. So I think the line here is you take the Brazen Borrower, and then you get to reanimate both Brazen Borrower and Grief on turn 1. So you could present 6 power and leave them with just a Force of Will in hand. So Dark Ritual. Oh no. Oh, so I reanimate the Grief first. That's a really bad playing error. Because now you have to take the Emrakul, and it's going to shuffle in the Brazen Borrower. Oh no. This is a disaster. So yeah, the correct sequence here, guys, is you're supposed to reanimate the Brazen Borrower first, and then reanimate the Grief. Yeah, and I think now I'm saying to my opponent that I'm hard punting. But yeah, so we gave opponent a chance here by not putting 6 power in. Let's see if we get punished. Thankfully, their hand is left with just all lands and a force, so we definitely have time. So if their top decks are really good, they will get us here. And we see Thundering Falls. We're 1 and 2 away from greatness, as is the case normally. Wow, so they have 2 Surveil lands in their deck. So they're end-stepping a Surveil here. Let's see what their follow-up is. Exhume. Not very helpful. So they're going to Petty Theft the Grief. I don't know how I feel about that. Let me grief them again. I don't think it's correct to Ritual the Grief, because we still know they have Force of Will in their hand. So it's better to just evoke the Grief here and then reanimate it. I think that's the realization I'm coming to right now. Casting Grief is just not the best, because you have to burn all your petals. I'd rather keep my petals if I can. So we get their force. So they're still just with 2 lands in hand. We have 4 turns to kill them. I don't feel bad about this spot. I feel pretty good now. Ponder was an excellent draw for them. With a quick shuffle. Alright, so we'll get in there. And just pass the turn. They're going to flash in the Brazen Borrower. So we're kind of in a race situation, but I'm 1 turn ahead of them, so I will be winning this race. Man, I just keep bricking on my draws. Another brick. Thoughtseize. So this will put me to 4. Shouldn't change the clock. If they have a Brazen Borrower, I'm dead anyway. So I think it's just correct to jam the Thoughtseize here. Yeah, because if they have a second Brazen Borrower, I'm dead anyway at 6 life. Wow, double Show and Tell Petal. So I think you're supposed to take Petal here. So they can't hardcast an Atraxa if they draw it. So I think otherwise they could probably... Yeah, they can hardcast it if they draw it, so taking Petal seems fine. All right. And they have conceded game 1. So we are 1-0. Let's go to game 2. Aha, and I'm explaining now to my opponent when I made that horrible turn 1 play that the Emrakul was going to shuffle in the Brazen Borrower. I totally forgot about the second trigger on that with my Reanimate. Another thing I failed to mention is I leave Exhumes in over Animate Deads because this particular player plays with the card called Silent Gravestone, which does not actually target your graveyard. And it looks like that is indeed what they have. So we gotta have some stuff go our way here to get this. We're just gonna Thoughtseize. Wow, okay. So their hand's pretty good here. I think supposed to take the Drifter. It's either Drifter or Brainstorm. Sneak and Show and Tell here are kind of the same thing because if they draw a creature, they'll both kill me. Vesuvian Drifter kind of does it a little faster. And it's a creature. So I think I like taking the Drifter here. And that is indeed what I take. Looks like I am also going to unmask. Now I think you just take Brainstorm. You can make the argument to maybe take Show and Tell here, but I think it's just Brainstorm. And just, if they draw the creature, they draw the creature. Because if they get one more mana, they're going to kill you with Sneak Attack anyway. Looks like they are just playing a land and passing. So we have a Hex Mage we can cast. So they're casting their Show and Tell. Ooh, they're putting their Sneak Attack in, so we're probably just dead. Yeah. I mean, technically, I don't think it's worth conceding here, because if you go like Runner, Dark Depths, Staged, Land, you could still get there, but virtually this game is over. We have to sack our whole board. Now they're going to shuffle their graveyard back in. All right. Stage. There you go. That was a good draw. So we need Runner here. Troll. Okay. All right. Sneak attack activation. So we are deceased here. And we can go to game 3. I don't think there's many changes I'd probably make for game 3. We are on the play. So maybe trying to think. Maybe trying to go a little more towards game. Nah, I guess I'm just going to resubmit here. Interesting. Yeah, I was going to say, I almost like trimming some spoils on the play and bringing back in the animate deads. Just to try to increase our turn 1 potential a little bit. Having an animate dead in there should make it a little more likely that we get a turn 1. Unfortunately, have to mulligan this hand. If it had a land, it would be the nuts. I gotta mull this, no land. This hand looks much better. I will certainly keep this. Bottom the Reanimate. So this has Stage, Depths, and a Swamp with the Troll. And we can Grief Exhume for disruption. This hand seems quite strong. I think All right, here we go. So we're gonna grief. I do like this play. Ooh, double ponder. Sneak attack, Omni, one land. I think you gotta take a ponder here. So we'll pass. We're gonna be able to cycle our troll here and then exhume. Which almost certainly the exhume is gonna get back the grief instead of troll. Because we have a turn 3. No, actually a turn 4 win. Interesting. They shuffled. Okay. Troll is so good. Whoever thought this card would be fine was sadly mistaken. Ooh, another exhume. I like that draw. So now we definitely want to bring back grief. And take sneak attack. They're a long way from Omni being relevant because they need show and tell plus kill you card. So I think sneak attack definitely is probably the pick here. All right. Oh, Dark Ritual, perfect. So now we actually can just Ritual copy our Dark Depths. So interesting decision here, but I think you want to lead on Dark Ritual first because if they have Force of Will and you play the Dark Depths, they're gonna counter the Dark Depths. So it'd be a huge punt to play Dark Depths first and then Dark Ritual. You definitely want a Dark Ritual first here, so they don't know exactly what's happening. Yep, I like this a lot. So Dark Rit first. If they force, then fine, but they don't know what the Dark Ritual's for. Okay. So I main phase a Dark Depths. I give them one draw step to find what they need. Ooh, Brainstorm. That was quite the draw for turn. Probably their best draw they could have had there. So if they brainstorm into like show and tell Emrakul, I'm dead. Oh, we have gotten there. We have officially won round 4. You'll love to see it. Dark Depths coming up clutch there. All right, guys, you love to see it. We will see you for round 5. All right, we are back for round 5. This hand is definitely a mulligan, so we'll take a mull. Turn 1? All right. They are F6'd. Love to see it. All right, let's grief. Um, I just realized I could have gulted, huh? I just take the plow. And then we exhume Galta, put in Troll. Okay. All right, so we'll entomb. We'll get Galta. Exhume Galta. Pass the turn. So they're playing just some 4-color Uro pile. Do I want to bring in the Depths Juke in this matchup? Not really. They have Uro, Plow. They got a bunch of stuff to deal with it. Like, I could try it. Just doesn't seem, like, overly good. Hmm. I think I'm just gonna resubmit for this game. Alright, maybe I will bring it in. I think I've talked myself out of it. Try something like that. Yeah, I'll keep this. I left it on top. Alright, we'll just go stage pass here. That resolves. Lotus Petal. So what do they have here? Like surgical, maybe? If that be the case, do I just want to reanimate Troll? Hard to say. I like kind of really need a discard spell here. The only way that this hand is good is if they have exactly Force of Will as their only interaction. But I kind of highly doubt that. Let's see if they let this resolve. See if they let Entomb resolve. They might not. So they have some kind of grave hate. Alright. Surgical, sure. You got it. It's unfortunate. So they did have the surgical. I mean, I could have just passed. Like, there was a possibility that they did have surgical there, but if they have force, my line probably wins. So, it is what it is. I could have just... Or even if I animate the troll, like, they're still surgicaling there. So... I don't know, like maybe I am just supposed to pass. It's possible. Alright, I'll just pass. Alright, sure. Alright, so we're just really looking to draw just like a Grief or a Thoughtseize here. Grief or Unmask are probably our two best draws. Dark Ritual. Just pass. And so I'm sure. I'm wondering if we're supposed to just jam this because it's not getting any better for us from this spot. That is very possible. And just like hope they don't have plow. It's definitely possible that that's just the correct play here. Up the beanstalk. So they're just dead? Unless they have solitude? Okay. I see. So they can take so they're saying they can take a hit from it. Okay. Well, I don't think it's getting much better for me. So let's do that. Ooh, we drew the unmask. Force of Will, pitch Flusterstorm. Sure. Play a Hex Mage. Alright. So they can't Uro. Yep, you got it. So they need to have, like, double plow here. Yep. Yeah. I mean, I guess he got there. Alright. Try to attack. Whew. GG's. GG's, man. Super close one. Yeah. So, Hex Mage crossing the finish line there. You love to see it, guys. So we are 4-1 in the Legacy Challenge. We got one more match to go. See you for round 6. All right. Final round, round 6. We've made it here. We have opened up a sweet hand. We will keep this. Okay. We will unmask. Is it Delver, you say, eh? Well, we will entomb. Get a Gristlebrand. Okay. Um. So we can't entomb reanimate anything. So I think we just go to discard here. I don't want to show them Urborg. Do something like that. All right. We have officially one game one, guys. I think I am going to bring in the Depths package because these decks are known to play with Grafdigger's Cage. Something like this seems fine. This hand is close, actually. So it has Stage, Depths, Hexmage. It's like an Urborg away. Or Troll. Hmm. Do I keep this? Just hope to draw mana? Alright. Just Volcanic Island. Dark Ritual. Let's just go Stage and pass. So it's a bit of a greedy keep. And if any of you are saying, oh, hey, like, you should have mulled this hand, you're probably right. There are worlds where if we do draw a Swamp or a Troll that we're just, like, totally in the driver's seat, but it might not happen. We're hoping it happens. Of course. They have the Wasteland. Okay. Dark Depths. Alright, well, we will play a Dark Depths. We don't care if this one gets wasted. They have no play. Alright, come on, deck. Let's see what they have over there. Bolt, bolt. They have another Wasteland, too? Yikes. I think it's just Murktide region I take here. They have 2 Dazes and a Lightning Bolt. Okay. Oh, man. This is rough. Bolt, sure. Yep, you got it. Well, if I draw a mountain, or a swamp, I mean, or even a lotus petal. Alright, my window is closing quickly here. Um, yeah, I probably should have mulliganed this hand, huh? We just haven't seen a single mana source after we kept it. I mean, it happens. We knew that was kind of the risk of keeping a hand like this. Ugh, this is just brutal, man. I think I'm just dead. Alright, we can go to the next game. I just legit kept the hand and died without casting any spells. Alright, think we just resubmit. Alright, I'll be on the play. Yeah, I'll keep this. They kept on 7. We'll just go stage pass here. Cage, sure. Do we want a cycle troll? I don't think so. Let's go Urborg pass. Cage was really good against my hand. I need to draw just like a discard spell. Counterbalance. Yeah. Am I just jamming? Am I just jamming? And they have Cage. I think so. Play around Wasteland. Alright. Wow. GG's. Wow, GG's. That was close. I wasn't sure if it was going to be good enough there, but the old just turn 3 depths, beating Grafdigger's Cage and Counterbalance. You love to see it. We're 5-1, and we're locked for the challenge, top 8. See you then. All right. First round of top 8, we are up against Wonder Pro, the Doomsday player. Unfortunately, did not win the die roll. But we would have been on the draw regardless because they were a higher seed than us. So, I have a highly disruptive hand. Think I'm supposed to mulligan it though in this context of this match. Yikes. So this doesn't really do the thing either. They're mulling to 5. Hmm. Alright. We'll keep this one. Keep. Grief. Hmm. Kind of risky to pass. I am going to risk it. I like seeing blue and not black. Black is quite bad for me. Really just looking for like a black card here. They did not shuffle. Black is bad. Thoughtseize, sure. I'm actually okay with that one. A lot more okay with Thoughtseize than I am. Let's Thoughtseize. Okay. We'll take Daze. So they have Wasteland and a Daze. We're just looking basically for like any discard outlet here. Well, grief. They're gonna Daze. Yes, we will pay. Wow, they drew Daze for turn? Okay. That's pretty good. Entomb was a good draw. So upkeep we can Entomb. Got a Galta. Alright, come on, deck. Archon of Cruelty. Not quite good enough. They left it on top. Oh no. Well, I'm gonna play a Reanimate. So they just left a blue card on top. That's smart. So they already had a Force of Will. Well, we have a lot of really good top decks here. That unfortunately is not one of them. So we'll pass. No. Okay. So unfortunate, man. They were drawn to 3 Doomsdays. We were drawn to 12 animation spells there. Or sorry, 11, 10. So I Oh, and we drew another Archon, so we are officially deceased here. We can just go to game 2. Depths is fine in this matchup. I don't think it's crazy or anything like that, but it's definitely fine. They are on Leyline of the Void. So I think I am actually going to bring in the spoils too. Do something like this. Alright, we'll be on the play. I don't think this hand's good enough without depths. So maybe I'm just supposed to mull it. It's close. See, that's the risk of mulling. Alright. So bad, man. Should have kept my 7. I'm gonna kick myself over that. Just should have kept it. They kept a no-lander? Oh my goodness. I take personal tutor with that hand. Alright, I just either draw like a depths and a stage back to back. I take force. Or do I take the ritual? Kind of want to take ritual because it's so far away from casting a doomsday. If I had kept my 7, oh my goodness. Let's just pass. So we know all the cards in their hand, right? Fatal Push, Daze, Leyline, Force. We know all of them except one, I guess. Unmask. Alright, we'll just pass. They kept it on top. Okay. So it's probably a land. Oh, it's Brainstorm. Okay. I just need to draw, like, combo. There we go. They did have Force of Will. Guess I just take Force of Will. Well, that's bad for me. Okay, they're upkeep fetching, so I'm gonna spoils here for a Dark Depths. Alright, Dark Depths. Come on, deck. Sweet. Yep, you got it. Alright, so Depths. If Fatal Push Daze Force Negation in hand. Alright, F6. Whew. They're kind of stressful games, to be totally honest with you. Alright, so confirm leyline. Do we want to change anything? I don't think so. I think we're just resubmitting. So turn 2 Depths with Thoughtseize. Yeah, I'll keep. I like Ponder. They did not shuffle. Let's see if they want to counter this. They do. Interesting. Okay. No. No. I think I'm gonna be one turn. Okay. So they just had it, I guess. Yeah. I mean, maybe you can argue I'm supposed to mulligan for a little bit more aggressive hand, but I think I'm just dead here. Yep, I am deceased. Okay, well played. Fetch land makes sense. Into Thassa? Yep, GG's. Not really much I could do there. I don't think I'm ever mulliganing my hand. It had Disruption plus Depth Stage. There are a lot of hands that he's going to keep that have like some combination of Leyline of the Void and stuff. So I don't think you can keep that. Or sorry, I think you 100% need to keep that. But yeah, GG's. Opponent, very competent Doomsday player. And yeah, guys, I hope you really enjoyed the games, enjoyed the challenge, and we'll see you next time.
Cut!